Hello everyone, my name is Sanket and we are back with the second video for the super visa application process. In this video, we will cover how you submit the online application. So without any further ado, let's get started. Let's go to the screen. In this video, we will do the application through the new IRCC portal. If you have an existing account, you can just log in. If not, you can go to Google, search for IRCC portal visitor visa, and when you click the first link, it will take you to this page. Now here you can first select the get invite code, use your email address, and that will send you an email code. And based using that, you will be able to sign up for an IRCC account. I already have an existing account and I'll just use a demo application for this video. So we'll continue with the same account for now. So to start with, this is how the account will look once you log in on the IRCC portal. Then first we will select apply for visitor visa or transit visa. Then we will get this page. Now it shows here, make sure you are eligible to apply. So if you have seen our first video, you know what are the eligibility criteria for the super visa application. If you have not seen it yet, this is the link on the screen. You can just go there and review that video first, and then you can continue with this video. And also it's one of the recommendation that rules could change anytime, so it's better to check. The second thing is we will need the passport or valid travel document for this application and a credit card to pay the application fees at the end. The third thing is what are the steps that you will follow to complete the application. So we will answer some questions. Based on that, the document list will be generated. We will review the answers. We will have to upload the documents. Then we will pay our fees. In case like we do today, if you stop in between while submitting the application, you will have 60 days to finish your application. So I will just select this here. We will have all the documents ready because we have already covered most of the thing in the document requirement video. Then we will just hit start application. Okay, so first question is, do you want to apply for more than one person at a time? Now, if you are applying for both the parents, generally you will select yes. And then you will have to give a name. So you can select the group type as family and the name as parents or in-laws, whatever is a suitable name that you want to give there. And then we hit save and continue. If you are applying for one parent, you just say no and then save and continue. Now it shows that it is in progress. So this we will fill details for one member for this video, which will cover one of the parents, and then you will come back and add a member to give the details for another parent, and same application details will have to be replicated. Of course we will change the relevant details, but it will be mostly the same details required for adding the member. So for this video we will cover the application for one member. Okay, so let's continue the application for the first parent. So here we will say we want to apply for visitor visa or super visa. When we are applying for super visa, we have to select the options that to visit family or friend listed above for more than 6 months, which is super visa. What is the reason? You can just say that. Now here you will mention as the applicant, like the person who is coming to visit. So it is asking, tell us about what you will do during your stay in Canada. So you can just say I want to spend whatever is the applicable reason in your case. You can include that. It will be just a short summary. Now it says when you will enter in Canada. Usually we apply 3 or 4 months in advance. For now we will just say we will enter Canada March 1st. And when you will leave Canada, since we are applying to stay for more than 6 months, let's consider a duration of 9 to 12 months. So you can say 2026, end of November, they will leave before the winter starts, maybe. If you already have an existing visitor visa approval, you can use the UCI number. If you don't have it, you can leave it blank. Or if you have done any application in past, irrespective of whether it was rejected or it was approved, you can mention the UCI number here because you will have the same UCI number even for this application. Then we just hit save and continue. So the next step, it says you have applied for super visa. Information you will need to enter, will need personal details, travel document, finances, education history. So these are the all things that we will need. We'll go through the steps so that you can know what all details will be required and you can be prepared with those details before you start your online application, so it doesn't take too much of time and you don't have to go back and forth while you are trying to fill the application. So we'll hit continue application. Here it says, are you applying on behalf of someone else? So I will say yes. Who are you in relationship to the person? Family member. What's your surname? For most part of this video, I will just use ABC or XYZ. So surname is ABC. First name is optional, but I would recommend in your case, you should write your first name. What's the telephone number? So it's a cellular number. Since you are applying on their behalf and you are based in Canada, so we'll just say Canada or US number. The telephone number, I'll just use just a random number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. Must be 10 digits. Okay, so let's change it. I'll just use a random telephone number 647 123 4567. So that's just a phone number. Which country you are staying in? So you are in Canada. I will just use any random address in Toronto, but you can use your own address. Email, like I said, we'll just use abc@gmail.com, but you can mention your own email here. So this is the detail about you. You are the person who is applying on behalf of your parents. Save and continue. Now the travel document information of the applicant, this is where the parent information comes in. We will enter the information for the first parent. So again, last name is for this video it's ABC. You give their first name. Date of birth, I'll just randomly select somewhere in, let's say 1970 January 1st. What's the male? So I'll select the date of birth as 1970 January 1st. This is just a random date of birth for this application. Gender will just select as male for this one. Then save and continue. Okay, travel document. What travel document you have? You will select passport. Usually it's a regular passport, but if any other category applies in your case, you can select that one. Select the country that matches on your passport. So for this one, I'll just consider an Indian passport. You can do the country as per whatever is applicable to you. What's the nationality of passport? So India. What's the document number? Again, a random number 2 3 4 5 6 7. Again, confirm the number. So I'll just say 2 3 4 5 6 7. And then when it was issued, let's say it was just recently issued, 20th of August 2025, 19th of August 2035 is when it will expire. Now in this scenario, if your passport is about to expire for the parents, it's better to apply for new passport. So when you get the approval, you get the visa for 10 years and you are able to stay at a stretch for up to 5 years. So you don't have to, because the visa stamping will only be either for 10 years or up to validity of your passport. If your passport is expiring in 3 years, then you will have to apply for the visa one more time. It will only be issued until your passport is valid. So if it is possible for you to get the passport renewed, get it renewed before you do the application. Then we have to answer some of the questions. Are you a lawful or permanent resident of the United States with a valid green card? I'll say no. Have you held a Canadian visitor visa in past 10 years? If it is yes, you can say yes. If no, just say no. Do you hold a valid US non-immigrant visa? Whatever is applicable in your case, we'll just say no for now. And are you traveling to Canada by air? Then we'll say yes. Then save and continue. Okay. Citizenship and place where applicant has lived. Country, India. And city where you are born. I'll just use ABC for now. You can use whatever is the city that applies to you. Are you a citizen of more than one country? If it is yes, you select yes. For this video, I'll just go with no. Okay. Which is the country you are citizen of? So let's say India. Okay. And I am a citizen of this country by birth. So it will automatically pick up your date of birth, January 1st, 1970. Then save and continue. National identity document. Again, this also we covered in the previous video. So you can say yes. We'll use the same 2 3 4 5 6 7. That's your passport. What's the date it was issued? So we got it in 2025, August 28th. And select the country. So for this video, we'll consider India. You select whatever is applicable in your case. So that covers the national identity document. Have you had used another name in past? If it is yes, you'll have to provide more information. Usually it's no, but as it applies in your case, you can say yes or no. And then if it is yes, you can just go in and provide further information. I'll do no for this video for now. And then save and continue. Now, contact information of the applicant. So this is the contact information for a parent or grandparent. So select the country. We are considering India for this application. Which street? Maybe so let's say 1 ABC. City is ABC. Postal code is optional. I will recommend in your case, if you know your postal code, just mention it there. Is this the same address for your mailing? I would say yes. Okay, now it says list your country or territories of residence, then add all other countries or territories where you have lived in past 5 years. So we'll just put some random information for you just to give you an idea. So for example, first we will add India, right? And then you are a citizen of India. This is currently where I live, and you have been living there since your birth. So 1970 January 1st. Save. So this your country or territory of residence. Now, if you have lived anywhere for more than 6 months, in this scenario, I will just add, let's say for example, you have lived in Germany. Then what is your status in your country of territory of residence? So visitor from when? I'll just randomly say somewhere in 2023. You went from January 1st, and then 2023 you left from there on July 31st. Okay, and then save. So this includes your travel history, or rather a place where you have stayed for more than 6 months. If you don't have any place, you just put your country of residence or where you are citizen, and then just move ahead. If you have visited for more than 6 months, you can include those details like that. Then we hit save and continue. Now, in the last 10 years, have you provided biometrics when applying for visitor visa, visitor extension, restoration of status, work permit, study permit, including renewals or temporary resident permit? If you are applying for the first time, we will say no here. So then it will say you will need to require biometrics and you'll have to pay the fees for it. If you have given biometrics for visitor visa and that is in last 10 years, you can just say I want to reuse my valid biometrics. So that way you don't have to pay the biometric fees again and go through the biometric process, and it will make your application even faster. For this one, we'll just say no for now, and then we save and continue. Okay, now who is inviting you? So that will be you. So I'll say ABC, relationship is family member, and then what's your mailing address? So again, any random address here in Canada. Okay, that's my address. And then what's your number? So the same telephone number from Canada or US, 647-123-4567. And then email address, so apc@gmail.com. So this detail you will fill whatever is applicable in your case. Now, if you are inviting like as a family, for example, you are including your own income and your spouse's income to prove the minimum income cutoff criteria, then you say someone else has also invited you, you say yes, and then you fill in all the same details for your spouse. For this video, we'll just say no for now, but it's the same detail that you have to give. Don't forget that. So we will say no and then save and continue. Okay, how much money you have for your stay in Canada? This fund is what your parent or grandparent may have. For this one, I'll just randomly say we have like $10,000. Now this fund, we don't have to show either in proof of fund or in proof of income. This will include later in the letter of explanation, where we will provide additional documents which are optional. Now here, is someone else giving you the money for your stay in Canada for super visa? Yes, because when we will give the proof of funds, we will mention that we are going to sponsor their stay in Canada while they are with us. So you can just mention that my son, or rather you can say I will be staying with my son and his family during my stay in Canada, and they will take care of all of my expenses during my stay in Canada. If you want to refine this, yeah, you can use ChatGPT to get some fancy statement, but you just need to communicate that you, like as a parent, when I'm applying, I will be financially dependent on my uh, son or daughter, whoever I'm visiting, and they will take care of my expenses while I'm there. Then we'll hit save and continue. Then your education and work history. So we'll just put some random details here. Usually you will have a post-secondary education, so you'll just say yes. And for now, I will just use ABC from maybe 1999 January till 2000 and let's do 2001 June. So this again is random information, level of studies, university bachelor's degree, field of study, maybe let's just say law for now, country where you did this, so you did this in India, address ABC, town ABC. Alright, now what important thing here is, while you are watching this video, you should have it in your mind that you will need this detail for your parents. So if it is applicable, you can have that ready upfront before you start your own application. So this includes the post-secondary education. For now, I'll just say this is all we have. Then military or police history. Did you serve in any military, militia, civil defense unit, security organization, or police force? If it is applicable, say yes. If not, say no. Then you give details of your employment history and activity in past 10 years. This is not a point of concern. If your parents are retired, you can simply mention retired. Doesn't really bother. But for now, for just a random thing, I'll just say from 2014 January, and it's an ongoing profession. They are in management occupation. Title is let's say engineering officer, company ABC. Main duties, leading engineering projects, or whatever is applicable in your case. Where it is located in India, street is ABC, city is ABC. Okay, so this you will need the employment history for 10 years. If it is applicable in recent 10 years, if your parents were working for 7 years and they are retired for 3 years, you'll have to do the breakup. You can mention from this date to this date they were working, and then you can mention from this date till ongoing they are retired. So based on that, you will have 1 or 2 entries here, and then you hit save and continue. Now, during the past 5 years, have you traveled to a country or territory other than where you are a citizen or you are living now? So yes. If it is no, you can just say no. It doesn't really matter. But we have already mentioned that we have visited Germany in 2023. So we'll just put the same detail here. We'll just add the same travel record that we had, that we visited in 2023, went outside the home country. So, and country or territory was Germany, and then location ABC, purpose of travel, you can just say visit or pleasure, or to make it like visit my younger son, whatever is the applicable reason, and as many entries that you have, you can just include here. This doesn't have to be more than 6 months. Even if it is for 1 week, 10 days, you can include that here if it is in last 5 years. The reason it will help is it will show that whenever you get a visa, you come back to your home country, and you are most likely to leave Canada at the end of your official stay as well. So this will really help you. Then, have you ever stayed in Canada beyond validity of your status? Worked without authorization? So we'll say no here. Have you ever been refused visa, permit, or denied? So no. Then save and continue. Now criminal and security questions. Here mostly it will be no. You can go through the questions. If you feel any of the answer is yes, then you can explore more. What are the details required? Criminality and security questions. So I'll say no here as well. You can read them carefully, and if it is applicable, you can say yes. Okay. Here is where our tip will come into picture. If you have done upfront medical, you can just mention that you have done that, and you can give your IME or UMI number. So I'll just type a random number here, but whatever is the applicable number, if you provide that, it will automatically link your application to the medical that you have done upfront, and you will not get a request for medical. And then again, read these questions carefully. It's related to if you're diagnosed with tuberculosis, if no, just say no. Do as it applies in your case. Then, are you currently receiving dialysis treatment? No, no. Go through these questions carefully as well. Mostly it will be no, but as it applies in your case, you can decide. Then, your marital status, we are applying for 2. So, we'll say married here. Marriage year 1999, July 14. Last surname is ABC. I'm just using random dates here. 1969, October 12. Born in India. Present occupation, homemaker. Living at the same address. Will they accompany you to Canada? Yes. So you'll need all these details as well. So have that information ready up front, because we'll need to give it for both. Do you have biological adopted son or children? So you'll say yes, and then you'll have to add the detail of your children. Surname is ABC. What's their date of birth? So maybe 2005, January 1st. Okay. Relationship is son. Country of birth is India. Same address, no, because they are living in Canada. So you'll put the Canada address here, and then just a random address for this application. This is where they are staying. Is your child, if the child is not in Canada, will they accompany you to Canada? So no, they will not, because they are already in Canada. And then if you have more than one child, you can add their detail as well, and then hit save and continue. Then you need to add your parents detail, which will be surname and what's your relationship, their date of birth. So similar to your kid, you will need the information for parents as well. I'll just say for now I don't know my parents are, but get the same details from them for their parents, put it in, and then hit save and continue. And then what is your mother tongue? For this one I'll just take it as Hindi. You can communicate in English, preferred language English. If it is French or both, as applicable, select that option. Put the same email here, or you can put their email, whichever is convenient for you. If they don't have an email, you can use your email, abc@gmail.com. Okay, telephone number, here you just add their number. So cellular, other, you can use the country code 91 for India, and 91, and then any random number. So that's their number, that information is updated. Okay, and this is your summary of application. Here you can review if you want to edit anything. If not, you just hit save and continue, right? And then it generates the list of documents, which is letter of invitation, proof of income, national identity, which we have already covered in the other video. So please make sure you watch it if you have not. Here in the additional documents, which is optional, we will include the letter of explanation and the proof of funds from the family. Here you have to include the health insurance proof. And as I said, so just to make it easier, you can just hit add file here, and then you go to Super Visa if you have folder like this, and you can make like 8-9 folders like this: letter of invitation, proof of income. You go in there, select the final PDF that you have, and just upload it. So that way it becomes much more easier. Once you have everything ready, you hit save and continue, and it will take you to the payment page. So this was the whole application process. If you have any questions, if you need more clarification, just reach out to me on the email that you can see on the screen. I hope you liked this video. It was really detailed. It's a bit longer, but I hope it will help you to do your application smoothly. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we will be back with a new, more informative videos. Thank you.